We're all fragrance lovers. We want to smell our best. We want to be creative. We want to layer, get compliments. I know I do, and that's why over here you are never fully dressed without a fragrance. But I have to tell y'all something. Just because you can layer something together doesn't mean that you should. Though I am not trying to stifle anyone's creativity, just trying to offer a perspective that works for me as a person that gets a lot of compliments on their fragrances. And I know you all can vouch for me in the comments that my combos hit. Some of these layering combos are like doing the most at best, and then they get a little bit Frankensteinish at worse. Like we're kind of just putting things together. So in today's video, I'm going to show you all my method of layering fragrances that is based on the nuance of vanilla, because vanilla is such a, you know, baseline fragrance, and that is something that you can use as a base to enhance the fragrances that you already have. So the focus is going to be vanillas. Next up is going to be woods and resins, and these kind of like base type of notes are going to be the things that can enhance the performance of your fragrance combinations without overshadowing the fragrance that you are already wearing or putting on. And I think that is the difference between like how I layer and what I observe and what gets me the best results. So if you are interested in understanding how to have a less is more sophisticated vibe with your layering experience that is not recreating the wheel that the perfumer has already done, let's just go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so yes, the name of the game for this video is going to be vanillas and bases that enhance more than overpower. Starting off with my latest obsession, this is a vanilla profile that everyone needs in their collection because it is creamy, it is musky, it is sweet, it is a skin scent vibe, and this is Glossier Doux. It is a very vanilla forward, sweet, creamy profile with some violet in there and some nuttiness, and it's just a very good profile for layering because this is kind of just adding that cream to the coffee, you know what I'm saying? So this is just something that is going to enhance the experience of what it is that we're already doing. And this is a, like I said, sweet, musky, skin-like vanilla scent profile. This is one of the most congenial vanillas in my collection, and I have found that this is layering well with so many different things. So you can take it and match it up with something that has a similar profile, like say something like a princess I've worn this with, all the way up into something that has a little bit more of a complex profile like a Lientre de Rouge. So that's going to be like a bonus for this video. I'm going to be giving you all layering ideas so that you can understand, you know, the concept and the drift that I am trying to put forward. But when you put this with any fragrance, it's not going to overpower it. It's just going to complement it by giving it a, you know, creamy vanillic base that allows the notes in the fragrance that you're layering it with to already shine. But then this is just going to increase the longevity and the projection, and then add like just a beautiful creamy nuance, which is what we are looking for with our layering combinations. So I definitely recommend this vanilla. It has been a game changer. I've been getting so many compliments on it. It's an easy reach. You can wear it on its own to be cozy in the home, but it is a powerhouse for layering combinations in such a subtle and sophisticated way. Next up, a star for layering from the house of Snif, we have Vanilla Vice. Now this has a very like caramelly sweet profile that really has an aromatic wafting quality because this has some organox in here. So similar to like a Baccarat Rouge 540, as we know, that is a very popular fragrance profile, and it's easy to layer with because of it has a certain level of like neutrality because of the sweetness and the woodiness that it has. So that is something that you can use to layer with a lot of things. However, if you don't have that or you're not too fond of that profile, something with a similar vibe that doesn't smell like it, but because of that sweet vanillic profile with some woods and then that organox that wafts through the air, this is one of my ultimate fragrance boosters. This is something that is very congenial because it gets along with other fragrances. We don't really want our fragrances to clash, to be fighting, to competing. Though sometimes you might put something together and spray something, it might actually smell good together, but it's kind of doing a lot. It smells busy. Have you ever smelled something that kind of smelled busy? And again, to each his own, but for me, I am just like a less is more, you know, never had to do too much. It speaks for itself. It doesn't chase, it attracts type of a person. And so Vanilla Vice is going to be a good layering combination for you to enhance anything pretty much that you put on with it, because it's going to help it to waft through the air. So something that I also like to pair this with to give it like that sweet, beautiful nuance is like Casablanca from Brown Girl Jane, because that has a puffy marshmallow note in it and it has like a sweetness to it. And then it just goes like really well with this kind of vibe. So it just gives you just like this very beautiful feminine, but then it has a little bit of like that grounding woody waftiness that comes from the Vanilla Vice, but you still get the notes of the Casablanca from Brown Girl Jane, and that is something that does need a little bit of a boost. Though a beautiful fragrance, it only lasts for like a couple of hours, so this would be something that I would pair with that, so that those notes on that fragrance could still shine through while keeping the longevity. But again, if you don't have this, definitely get it, smell it, and if you do have this, go into your collection and play around with it, because I probably doubt that there is, you know, many things that this won't really get along with, especially those more vanillic and woody, sweeter type of profiles. You will do really, really well with layering it with Vanilla Vice. So this has to be one of the most elegant, beautiful, feminine vanillas that I have in my collection. And from the House of Seven Virtues, this is Santal Vanille. I love this vanilla because it is very vanillic. It has a woodiness, a spiciness, and then it has like a floral nuance to it. Though florals are not listed in the notes breakdown, trust your nose. Look at the bottle. It has florals on it. So it's giving a sandalwood, floral, vanilla. So this is something that I use for my fragrance profiles that smell just very classy, very opulent. Something that I get a lot of compliments when I layer this with is the Gucci Guilty Intense, because that has like a beautiful woody facet in it, and then it has some florals similarly to Mimosa Cardamom from Jo Malone. One of my favorite fragrances of all time, that is Mimosa, Tonka, and Woods. So it pairs very well with just this vanillic, woody, floral vibe, because if you've ever smelled Jo Malone fragrances, the note structure is very, you know, straightforward. It's very much that less is more, that beautiful, simplistic, feminine opulence. Why would I spray something with Jo Malone that is like clashing with it, or that is like doing too much? I just want to enhance the notes that are already there, that are already provided. And when I tell you, like, I'm giving y'all my best material right now, because everyone tells you like layer your fragrances or do this or do that, but it's not really giving you the why of how certain things work, and maybe to think about the nuance of like, don't make your fragrances work too hard and don't make them compete with each other. Smell complementary by putting things together that complement each other. So this is a great compliment magnet fragrance for me that I use for my woody, vanillic, floral type of scents. So again, this is why I say, like, I love a vanilla facet, but my vanilla has to have a little something to it. How many of y'all have heard me say that time and time again in the videos? And this is the reason why I'm finally exposing the reason why, is because I need different personalities of my vanillas to fulfill, you know, the purpose of getting along with the other fragrances, you know, in my collection that have their own different personalities. And so vanilla and woods is just a good baseline for that, resins and stuff too. So that is just what the focus is here. You're seeing all these different vanillas that I have, but they have different personalities because they layer with different things for different reasons. So you get a nuanced vibe. I'm a very nuanced wearer. That way your layering combinations are not cookie cutter by just having like one basic vanilla, though that could really, you know, work for you. I'm going to get into like my MVP vanilla, but having nuances that have just like slight character tweaks, that's really what takes the layering combination to the next level without doing too much. So I'm really exposing like my biggest layering secret here right now. So yeah, Santal Vanille 7 Virtues, cannot get enough, highly complimented. I've had several people ask me what I was wearing when I was wearing this, and you know, get the bottle and stuff for themselves. Very elegant, very straightforward, and an affordable option. So definitely get your nose on this one. Well, actually those first three were all kind of like affordable options, because I know everybody wants to smell good and, you know, do more while spending less, and I love that. So let's just go ahead and continue that trend with another affordable gem. This is Abiyedh Poudrée, and I absolutely love this fragrance. This is for my clean girls. You know, in my fragrance archetypes on my website, The October Song, I call this my polished presence, because it's that polished, clean, put together, effortless type of vibe that we all love, especially for this time of the year. You kind of have no choice but to have some of clean girl scents in your arsenal. But this is vanilla, this is powdery, slightly floral, and it has a sweetness that is kind of likened to spun sugar in here that is ever so slight. If you are wearing fragrances that have that clean, musky, soft, floral, soapy type of vibe and that like wateriness, you can never go wrong with adding a little musky powder to the mix, okay? So again, this is something that you can use as a fresh fragrance booster, and I absolutely love for using it for that reason, because again, if you're going for that straightforward, clean, you know, effortless type of vibe, you don't want to overpower those type of fragrances. So again, I just added it to my collection. Gonna get into that with y'all in another video, but something like Father Figure from Phlur would smell really, really good with this to play up those like clean type of powdery floral vibes that are already present in that fragrance without, you know, completely doing away with the masterpiece that is that ultimate clean type of scent. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't want to dim the light of the star. Like sometimes I feel like we're snuffing out the star with our layering combinations, and that is not what I want for us. It's really all about complementing, it's all about enhancing. So again, this is a vanilla with the powdery personality that is really just very airy, very feminine. Like she's not here to, you know, do the most. She's not here to step out of line, though this does have like one of my favorite type of fragrance profiles, y'all know, is a soft smelling fragrance that has a beautiful projection in sillage. But though this projects, it's a soft profile. So again, it's not a conflicting profile. So this will be perfect for those clean girl fresh scents with this powdery vibe to enhance it without overpowering it, because these musks and powders are going to give you a little bit more longevity than some of that like watery, soapy, you know, cleanness type of vibe. Another thing I will say, I'm not really a fresh like bergamot zesty type of person. I can enjoy a bergamot nuance in a fragrance, but if it's in a freshy type of fragrance, I would say definitely you can still grab for this Santal Vanille because of how the sandalwood and florals are done. So for example, I have a soapy floral, which is Amorous Femme from the house of Mason Francis Kirkjohn. It has a floral, soapy, powdery type of vibe. Not a lot of those in my collection, but for that zesty floral nuance, it has you know, like some type of lemon note in that fragrance, so this will go very well with it. But again, yes, so Abiyedh Poudrée, y'all, I lost the fragrance. Hello, are you here? Here it is. Yes. So for Abiyedh Poudrée, for the, you know, watery, powdery, floral, you know, type of clean vibes, this is going to be your best bet for enhancing your fragrances, layering without overpowering, you know, the subtlety and polished quality that you are pulling from those clean girl vibes. Next up, two like very prominent vanillas in my layering routine in my collection. These have a similar vibe, but even between these there is a nuance. This is Vanilla Skin body spray from Phlur, and then Love Notes Plush Vanilla from Ariana Grande. These smell very similar. It is a sugared vanilla, but this is a sugared woody spicy vanilla, and this is a sugared floral vanilla. Okay, very similar, but you get the jasmine more so that pulls through here, and then in here you get this woody kind of spicy type of quality and a nuance, which again, if I'm wearing something that is a little bit more floral forward, a good thing to layer this with is going to be the Marc Jacobs Perfect Absolute, because it took me a while to even realize what I wanted to layer with that fragrance, because it is such a standalone. It speaks for itself, and sometimes I'm like, does it even need layering? Not all fragrances need layering, but if you want to do a little something, because this has a sugared vanilla floral vibe, and I believe the notes breakdown of that is literally just like caramelized fig, amber, and jasmine. The jasmine note in here is going to pull on the jasmine note in there. Add a little bit of vanilla. You really cannot go wrong. It's going to enhance it. You know what I mean? Make it carry a little bit more, but that fragrance is going to be the star of the show when you spray it with this. So that is, you know, what I do, how I layer, how I enhance things. Vanilla Skin, this just adds a very cute like nuance to something that you want to add a little more depth to. So this, for example, I would spray with Burberry Her, because we know Burberry Her, it has that like strawberry fruity wafting sponge sugar type of quality, and this has a quality in here that is woody, but this will just add that tinge of spice to just slightly change the character, slightly change the profile of, you know, Burberry Her, while still keeping it as Burberry Her. You're smelling Burberry Her with a little something. If I wanted to keep it kind of pretty much the same but enhance it, play up some of those, you know, vanillas in that sugary nuance, I would spray this. Y'all catch my drift and y'all see what I'm saying? But even still, it's just a slight nuance that'll keep the full personality and character of the main fragrance, because that is the main character, and these will be the lovely supporting actresses. So I absolutely love both of these. These are like something that I can easily reach for to layer with almost anything as well, because a sugar vanilla floral and a sugar woody vanilla spicy, like you really just can't go wrong. It's easy, and I know like Vanilla Skin especially is loved by so many people. When I'm really trying to kick it up, I reach for Turmeric Latte, because this has very much like no sweetness in it, and it's like all base notes pretty much in here. This is turmeric, tonka, vanilla, and benjoin, so it smells very vanillic, because benjoin can kind of pull, you know, like a little bit vanillic. Tonka can pull vanillic with a slight powdery nuance. It has the vanilla, it has the turmeric, which gives it like this spiciness that is not too earthy, but it has this like smoothness. It kind of gives root vibes, which is what turmeric is. So this is something that I would add when I want to really bring out a different character in something, but I'm going for more of like dark mode. You see what I'm saying? So this is a dark mode type, because you don't always want to be like cookie cutter. You always don't want to like have to play it safe and that kind of thing. So this is one of those like fragrance boosters, to where if I'm already wearing something that I feel like has some character, I'm literally just gonna go all in and double it. So for example, Oud Well from the House of Diptyque, a lovely vanilla. It has the pepper, it has the incense, it has the bourbon vanilla, it has the cypriol. If you really just want to take this to like another deeper and darker type of level while still keeping the character of Oud Well, because Oud Well definitely has character, but you want to have that just ultra dark mysterious vibe and increase the longevity, Turmeric Latte is something that I would, you know, reach for to layer with a fragrance like that. So yes, this is from Lush. This is something that I absolutely love. You don't need a lot of this, because this thing is potent. Like I said, it has like all base notes, and this is like really cute to play with to bring a different kind of spicy, resinous, vanillic nuance with a dark side to your fragrance layering combinations. And finally, y'all, my secret weapons. I put this on everything, anytime, anywhere. I don't care, any time of year. Y'all think these are fall fragrances, but make no mistake, these are good for all year round. And I'm talking about Commodity Milk and Milk plus the bold version and the original version. So these are just a very beautiful, lactonic, creamy, woody, marshmallowy type of vanilla. Now the original version, this is going to give you that cream, that marshmallow, some woods, and this like vanillic type of vibe. I don't know if vanilla is listed in the notes here, but the nuance of marshmallow is that it can pull vanillic, which is why I love marshmallow, because it gives like vanilla with a twist, but it still kind of has that neutral baseline type of smell. Y'all get it, y'all know what I mean, just like vanilla, marshmallow, cream, that type of thing. Now the plus version, this is what I actually started off with, because it's going to give you the same thing, that creamy, marshmallowy, vanillic type of vibe, but this is going to have some extra woods in here, and then that amber to give it a resonance flare and a full bodied touch. Y'all, when I say I use this all the time, anywhere, to layer with things to enhance it. Now, for example, something that goes together really well with the plus version is like a Lyra from Zerdroff, because raise your hand if Lyra lasts on you. It don't last on me. You must be God's favorite if it lasts on you. And I made a video talking about different notes, breakdowns, and what note combinations go together to have longevity. And I am fully convinced that gourmands and woods go together so bad. And if you look at the notes breakdown of Lyra, it doesn't have no woods in the base for them gourmands to attach to. Insert the bold version of Commodity Milk. It's sweet, it's woody, but it's balanced. It has an aromatic quality to where if you spray this with Lyra, this is going to give it what it needs to make Lyra still continue to be the star of the gourmand show, but it's going to give her a boost, like with some of those woods. You see what I'm saying? That is needed in the base, that fragrance is lacking. Absolutely love this fragrance. This is something that you can layer with fragrances that have more personality just to boost it more, because it is so neutral. So yeah, and then the same for this one. When I want something just like a little bit more lighter in that marshmallowy tone, but I still want that woody base, I reach for the original one. Y'all, these are the ultimate fragrance boosters. Like when I tell you a lot of my combinations in my collection, I'm layering it with this every single time, because it really cannot go wrong. It can't do no wrong. It's just like it blends in, but it makes a fragrance stand out, and it is such a good supporting role. This is that supportive friend that comes, she claps for you, she does what she's supposed to do. You know, she might hold your coat, she got flowers for you, she's gonna say, well, where you want to go eat afterwards, and it's just kind of like putting you to the forefront in the spotlight, you know, letting you shine. So I absolutely love these milk fragrances, and I love like a woody, creamy, lactonic nuance. So yeah, y'all, there y'all have it. Like Vanilla, she really is, you know, that girl. She's working overtime, she's returned to office, she has a side hustle and a main gig, you know what I mean? No one's working as hard as her, and it's like nobody wants to work anymore. Y'all know what I'm saying? So I hope this video was helpful to y'all. I hope this gave you some vanilla justice. These are like my top layering tips. Having vanillas with different characters, different character traits to balance out the fragrances that you're layering with, so that it stays, you know, sophisticated. It's not overpowering, but it is enhanced, because I don't know about y'all, but I want to keep the original integrity and the DNA of a lot of the fragrances that I have, which is why I put them in my collection. But I need something that's just going to boost it, the longevity, or pull out a nuance in it that I really want to shine. And what better way to do that with like vanillas that have different personalities. So if you do not have vanillas with woods, with musks, that can be your clean girl, you know, base, that can be your sweet type of base, that can be your floral vanillic base, I really encourage you to get those in your collection, because it is such a game changer for your wearing experience and your compliments. So let me know down below, do you have any of these fragrances? Do you want to try them? What is your go-to layering method when you are making fragrance combinations? Do you agree with this like less is more vibe, and the more layering to boost the fragrance, to give the DNAs their time to shine? Let me know. I really would like to know down below. But as always, y'all, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Don't forget to give it a like, leave me a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel for more fun videos like this. And I will catch y'all in my next video. Bye.